What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. And it's a fun one. This is a little bit different. Throwback Thursday here. We are going to be talking about the near North Side Community Area number 8. But first, update this week. It's just me today, which is weird because it's never happened before in 77 flavor history that one of us have only done the podcast without the other. And the reason for that is the last few days since the Monday episode aired, the episode right before this, whenever you listen to it, Sarah became sick. And so, she's in the bedroom right now, just chilling, and left your boy the keys to the car. So that's why you only hear my voice. But we have had some fun this week, regardless of Sarah's illness. We wish she gets better, but we had a pretty fun breakfast over at Batters and Berry with Chef Ken Polk and Sarah Stagner and Heather from Soul and Smoke. So pretty fun weekend that we had here, and that's pretty much the update. I don't want to talk too much more without Sarah being here. It's kind of different. So if you are listening to this in due time, early enough, go ahead, hit us up in the DM. Say, get better, Sarah, or whatever you want to say. But like I said, we are talking about the Near North Side, which Near North Side was that first episode that we did with a good friend, Tommy Henry, from the Chicago History Podcast, which was very fun. And so, that's what you are going to hear today. Another fun fact about this one, when we originally did episode 2, we actually did Streeterville, which at the time we had no real order of the 77 and how we were going to go about it. And we were in Streeterville, and we called that episode Streeterville. It's no longer up there, so you can't find it. But what we really should have done at the time was Near North Side, and it took us a whole year later to get around to the Near North Side due to the bingo balls. But that's a little bit of history there for that fun fact of Near North Side. But whatever, let me stop talking. You go ahead and enjoy this throwback episode of the Near North Side. This episode originally aired September 19th, 2022. Enjoy the episode. Hey. Welcome back to another dope episode, 77 Flavors of Chicago. And this is not the start. This is not the start. I know, even though I started out like a start.
What?
Because I went into after the intro plays. I went into that little mode. So my bad, everybody. Pump fake. Tommy's like, what the hell?
How do you feel about Dario's
I don't even know what's going on. Do you have a riddle today?
A riddle. Wow. Okay, Tommy. So since last time you've been here, we do trivia. Before we do trivia, not riddles. So excuse her. But we have a trivia question that we do before we start the episode. Just give people some time to get their brain working here. And it's fun Chicago trivia. Here. Are you ready? Here's today's trivia question. Navy Pier, Chicago's #1 tourist attraction. When the U.S. Navy moved out after World War II, who moved into the space? Multiple choice. A, University of Chicago. B, Loyola University. Or C, University of Illinois. Don't say the answer if you know it. However, we'll come back to it after the break. Any quick thought process? Get your thought process going. I know you usually deduce pretty well.
I usually.
usually. But we're ready. 77 Flavors of Chicago right now.
This is the podcast where we visit all 77 of Chicago's historic neighborhoods and discuss their heritage and taste the amazing food.
And if you know anything about us, we love 2 things, food and Chicago, so I can't wait to burn this gas money.
You ready?
Let's get it.
This is the 77 Flavors of Chicago, the podcast.
Hey, now I can do my intro. I can do my normal intro. Y'all, welcome back to the podcast.
It's been a minute.
You never know. Somebody probably paused it. You know what I'm saying? Went to the bathroom, got some coffee, got some Starburst.
Since we did
it's been a minute. You mean it's been an urban minute?
Oh yeah.
That's what you meant.
Wow.
Okay.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
Tommy, you can't laugh at that.
as he was drinking his. Y'all, Dario.
Sarah.
And we are here with today's guest. Y'all seen him before. Very hilarious episode. Very hilarious guy. Tommy Henry of Chicago History Podcast. Y'all make some noise for the boy. Hey. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here once again.
Yeah, we had a blast already before we ate. just like we normally do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
We will get to catch up with you in a second here, but the trivia question. Let me repeat the question, and then we're going to take some guesses here. Navy Pier is Chicago's #1 tourist attraction. When the U.S. Navy moved out after World War II, who moved into the space? A, University of Chicago. B, Loyola University. C, University of Illinois. Any guesses?
I would say not Loyola.
Okay. All right. Any reason why?
Almost for sure.
Almost for sure. Okay.
I don't know. It just seems like it's small. Why would it be in Navy Pier? You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing in Navy Pier?
Loyola's pretty big, but I mean, I get it.
But in comparison,
I get it. Okay.
I feel like the University of Chicago is the entirety of Hyde Park in my mind.
They are
Also,
the reason
they're
why we
in
got.
They're in Hyde Park, so they don't need to be in Navy Pier. The
Okay.
University of Illinois is the closest one, I feel like, physically to Navy Pier. So maybe.
University of Illinois in Champaign,
No, Chicago.
Illinois,
No, the U of I Chicago.
right?
Is that the one you were talking about, or are you talking about U of I Champaign?
I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about
Who
University.
knows then? It's your question.
Well, I'm going to weigh in. I'm so old, I remember when it was called Municipal Pier number 2
so World War I?
before it was called Navy Pier. That's how old I am.
Tommy, you're not that old. but you are correct.
I actually did an entire podcast episode about Navy Pier. Thanks to you both for listening.
That's why we picked this question. Because we knew about the episode.
Because we knew somebody would know it.
So I do know the answer and
Okay,
the
what's the
answer
answer?
why. So what was your final guess, by the way?
I would say if it's University of Chicago, Illinois, University of Illinois in Chicago, then that. Otherwise, it'd be University of Chicago, but not Loyola.
Okay. All right.
Wait, I still don't know what your final answer was. You just
Well, it depends on which one.
What is it? Final answer.
you got 3. You got Loyola, you got University of Chicago, or the University of Illinois.
Fine, University of Chicago.
What did you?
It's the University of Illinois.
Okay, that's what I originally said. You tricked me out of my original answer.
No, I just want
Play it
clarity.
back because I
No.
did say University
we
of
don't have
Illinois.
that. We don't have that kind of technology. So after World War II,
Yeah.
there were so many people allowed the GI Bill, so they were encouraged to go back to school, and downstate Illinois became so overpopulated. They
Yeah.
were like, what are we going to do? Let's open this new branch right here at Navy Pier.
Boom.
So, yeah.
Boom.
Wow.
There you go, y'all.
Did you have that all in your notes?
Look, let me finish it off here.
Well,
The
all
answer
right.
is the answer
I'm
is
gonna drink my
University.
drink.
Yeah. you go do that. You earned it. You earned. That's a championship shot right there. They it was they were there. University of Illinois was there until 1965 when the Circle campus was built. That's when they moved out, and Tommy took the fun fact for me that I had, which is fantastic, as he should. Chicago History Podcast in the building. Navy Pier opened in 1916 as the municipal pier for freight and for passenger.
Number 2.
Number two.
What was one?
They never built it.
Yeah.
They were
Oh.
actually talking about building 5 piers, and that was the only one that got built.
Really?
Crazy.
Like right next to each other?
No, it kind of all spread out.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Wouldn't that have been different for Chicago? If
Yeah.
we had-
What are they going to do? Put more McDonald's next to each other?
They
Or
just-
Margaritaville?
More Margaritaville?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
5 Margaritavilles?
Oh my gosh.
Did
Was that
Margaritaville?
staying-
I would
Stay-
be in line for that.
It'd be like a stained glass museum 1, stained glass museum 2.
Did Margaritaville close down?
No, we just were there.
No. But I think it just closed down.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been there in forever.
It could have been. I don't know.
Is that a place?
Yeah,
Oh,
Margarita.
okay. No,
Are
no,
you
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's
I
like
was
a
joking.
$12 margarita you pick up at a window and it's frozen.
Yeah, but you get yeah.
We should shut this off right now and head over there.
And just go down there. I mean,
we're
honestly,
close. We're close.
we are close, actually. You know what I mean? Look, this is the episode. It's in this community area.
It's actually in no community area.
One more. Listen to that
Sorry.
crispy audio.
Yes.
Fun. Some more. 1927. It was renamed to Navy Pier to honor the World War I vets.
It's easier for you to say.
Yeah, 1995 is when it actually reopened for tourism as we know it today here in Chicago. Now, when you think about that, you probably think Navy Pier's been like a tourist attraction. There wouldn't been that big difference in like time where they shut down, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember Chicago without a Navy Pier. But that was
Tell me,
95.
what about you, do?
Technically, there was.
Well, I do actually. Chicago Fest, which was the kind of predecessor to Taste of Chicago, was held at Navy Pier back in I think 1980.
Okay.
One of the first performers was the Blues Brothers because they were super huge at the time.
Hey.
So they had kind of cleaned it up a little bit, and they were like, "Oh, Chicago Fest," and Jane Byrne and all the rest, and it didn't take. So
It didn't, yes.
immediately went back to being
Tourist.
unused.
Yeah,
Like,
unused.
just empty space hallways for you to walk
Well,
down.
I mean,
Literally,
no, it
I
was
feel
kind of
like-
closed off. Like,
But I mean, today it's just hallways.
right?
Yeah, I
and
mean,
touristy.
I feel like we could
WBZ
we could
is
do
there.
more. It's literally just hallways and parking.
Yeah, I mean, right?
And one hotel.
There's the Chicago Children's Museum.
Ever since AMC closed the IMAX there, it's been a little less attractive.
Yeah, dang.
Dang.
There's a Ferris wheel there.
That is, that's pretty exciting.
Pretty
If it's
exciting.
like 20 people, I don't.
No, that is one of the biggest Ferris wheels. In the,
I don't know. I don't
Here
know.
she go again with the
I don't
conspiracy.
know architecture.
You know what?
I don't know architecture.
Which button turns off her microphone?
Here's this one. There's that one.
Yeah.
He will. He would. He has muted me before.
Only one time.
Really?
Only one time. Only one time. It was she was a little reckless.
That is not true. I don't even remember why.
Listen,
Me either.
I like you being referred to as reckless. I think that's amazing.
But if people that listen to it, they know that Sarah's always reckless
Yeah.
with me.
It's. I probably said something like a sports shirt instead of a jersey.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that.
Look how angry he gets.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, what was the one that got you like really mad?
Sports shirt, goddammit. That was
Yeah. Across the line,
Anything
you're like,
sports
woman?
related.
Did he call you woman?
He might as well have.
Yeah.
He muted me, which is really, in the grand scheme of
I
things,
mean,
the
it's
patriarchy
even worse.
muting women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
y'all not gonna have this picture painted anymore.
Oh, man.
This on the internet. No, we're not
Man.
gonna.
I got the white man behind me.
Yeah.
We're going all the way.
How dare you? How dare you?
We're not gonna mute the mic. Mute the mics, both mics.
Holy cow.
Anyway, y'all can see we've been drinking, we've been having some fun. Tommy's our guy. Last time we was on here, we had a lot of fun.
It's true. We were in a completely different neighborhood,
Yeah.
eating completely different food.
Way different.
And you guys had me back. This
Yeah,
is
man.
amazing.
How you been?
You know what? I've been well. I've been, doing podcast stuff, and
Yeah.
I was excited to get your message.
Yes.
Or Sarah's message. I don't know.
It was both of
comes
us.
from one email. I never have any idea who I'm talking to, but I'm always excited to come on.
It depends on how many I's there are after the H.
Oh,
If there's like 3 or 4, it's me.
yeah.
If it's just straight to the point,
Yeah, I mean, look.
Oh, interesting.
Or if I say
it's
bruh,
yo.
if I say bruh anytime
I
during
got no bras.
it was her
me.
then. It was her.
All
me.
right. I always assume it's her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I get a little flirty, and then I'm like, oh.
and then I decide
What
to
if
check
it's
the DM.
Dario? Yeah, I'm like, is he going to be cool with me flirting with him?
Would it be weird if I was messaging you back?
Yeah, I'm like,
Catfish, new episode of You come on the podcast, it's me that's actually turned on.
there's a new Netflix show that I was not expecting. Oh, boy. I smell sitcom.
We got Tommy in the building.
I don't know why you're doing that
I don't
snapping
know.
thing. Because that is not
I don't know.
acceptable.
No, I don't know why either.
So what restaurant did we pick today?
oh, what neighborhood did we
Am I
pick
jumping
today?
ahead too much?
Yo,
I'm
wait
jumping
like a
ahead.
whole
Sorry,
30 minutes.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead. Sorry, it's this.
Yeah, these are. I'm 2 in, you 2 in. We lit this episode. Let's get in tune with it though. Tommy, you remember this? This is how we get tuned up. Yeah, there we go. Yep, brought all the memories back. Here we go, y'all. We are in community number 8, community area number 8, near Northside. Do we do that for the Northside?
I mean, somebody must.
I read something today. Someone said, you know how people get excited South Side or West Side? Someone said West Loop is the best loop. I was like, is that white people's thing?
Is that, yeah, like
Is that their version?
who gets excited about?
The loops.
The loops?
listen.
The different loops?
I look at Chicago history all the time, and even I would have to be like, what area is that? What is even in the?
What is West Loop?
Listen, I'm not.
Construction is what West Loop is. if
Pretty
I'm
much.
being honest.
Thank you.
Much.
Yeah.
Construction.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Let's get in tune with it. The boundaries to the north, we got North Avenue. To the south, Chicago River. To the east, Lake Michigan. And to the west, the north branch of the Chicago River yet again. So 3 sides of the community area are bound by water, which is significant. We'll get into it in a second. This is the most populated community area.
Because it's like 70,000 neighborhoods in one area.
It is.
Somebody was like north.
Yeah, yeah. It is that
North.
that part there. Couple fun facts before we get into the history of it. The one fun fact is I found this is pointless fun fact, but I'm gonna say it anyway. This is the second. This is the community area with the second most skyscrapers in it.
Oh.
I heard that and I was like,
I mean, I can't challenge him.
Yeah.
What's the first?
The Loop.
The Loop.
You're talking shit about the Loop and got the most
no, I'm
skyscrapers.
talking about the West Loop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
West Loop.
the West
Is
Loop.
West
'Cause
Loop
they
just
can-
like a west part of the Loop, or is
mean-
it just
Yeah.
like
It's
because
near
like
West Side. Near
I
West
think,
Side.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even in the loop.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's outside of the loop.
It's outside of
It's
the
a
loop.
loop.
Near West
yeah,
Side.
yeah. It's literally always construction.
Near West Side, yeah. Which brings me to the next, not fun fact, but kind of name of it.
It better be fun if you're calling it a fun fact,
It
because
is.
otherwise
All
I
his
am
facts
walking
are
out of
fun.
here, and I am
don't
going
do
to
it.
unsubscribe.
Don't do it. Please don't. Please don't.
No,
We
not
need
the
it. We need
unsubscribe.
it.
Okay.
That hurts more than anything.
We're trying to buy a
You
house
will
with
be-
a yard, so I need you to continue to be
In
subscribed.
Chicago?
Yes.
You suburbs,
It's
here
like,
we come.
what, 1.5 million?
Good luck. Anyway,
2 million.
what's your fun fact? I'm using finger quotes.
Here's the-
Fun fact.
Here's the fun fact. Do you know why it is named near North Side?
Because it's near the north.
Yes. 100%.
I feel like the University of Chicago had minimal effort naming these.
They did. So
They were
it's-
like, no.
it is the nearest to the, they say center, but we know this is not the center of Chicago, but this is kind of like the starting grid. We know the Loop is like the starting point of Chicago.
Yeah.
So this is 1 mile north of the Loop. So there we go.
All right.
That's why it's called near North Side.
really stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know where the center of Chicago is?
Yeah, we went to it. McKinley Park. 35th and Horn.
Yeah, so the true.
Honoree.
Yes. All right. So how about the true center of? How do I do this? How about the 0 point in Chicago?
State Madison.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can start paying
Yeah,
attention.
yeah.
So
That's why I say
good.
the Loop is, that's the quote unquote
Right.
starting point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. State it's,
0.
which again, y'all, if you go down there, if you are tourists and you listen here, go there.
I hope they are.
Yeah, we really do hope they
Right?
are. Yes, go to that point because nobody goes there and like takes pictures by that. I feel like if I was a tourist, I'd be like, "Where's the
That's because
starting
there's
point?"
a Primark across the street, and they have the best deals. You can get like 10 shirts for $5.
You said nobody paying attention to
No
the
one
damn.
cares
Wait,
about
this
the
is at
0
State
point.
and Madison?
Yeah, there's a Primark right across. What do you mean?
Hold on, I'm very distracted by Dario moving his microphone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
You heard all,
It was like,
yeah.
it was like he took a plastic bag and just,
Just crushed
rubbed
it in
it
your
up
ear.
against-
Yeah.
Funny is that the people won't even hear that.
Oh, I think they will. I don't think there's any. I mean, unless your audience is 85 and older.
Yeah, I hope they
again.
don't. Yeah, no,
Quit
I had
touching.
to.
No,
I
you
had
don't have to. No.
Here we go. Anyway, so the what the fuck was I talking about?
No one knows. No one knows.
You said
No, we were talking about McKinley Park,
Yeah.
center
Oh,
of
yeah.
Chicago,
Yeah,
near
yeah.
north. The
The most
river
high
is something.
skyscraper.
There's a debate about what the center of Chicago is because
Why?
Who is debating it?
yeah, it's people that are not us.
Okay.
Basically.
So-
So the debate is that that's not the actual center of Chicago because they added
yeah.
O'Hare after that was already established, and it's like. But come on now, you know what I mean? Like, it makes up for it because there's a gap in between, which a lot of people don't realize. There's a gap in Chicago by O'Hare where Norridge, Norridge, because that's not part of Chicago. Yeah, did you know that? Yeah,
I don't think I did.
yeah.
But
So
to be honest, I don't think I cared.
yeah,
No,
we care
I didn't
because
even
we-
know O'Hare was a community area.
yeah. Well, it's an airport. There
But
people live
people
there.
have to live there.
People
for it
live
to be
there.
A community
Yeah,
area.
people live there,
People
yeah.
live
At the
there.
airport?
I mean, I
Is
guess
this
you
like
do.
that Tom Hanks movie where
Yes.
the terminal? I don't.
There's
Anyway.
a lot of conspiracy theories about this.
Okay.
History.
Yes. Tell me some history in Near North.
Yeah, so here's the history in Near North. I gotta read this because somebody forgot my iPad.
Wow, it's your iPad, so it's your responsibility to remember.
Wow. Okay. Let's start off with some easy history here. The first non-set. What the hell is going on here? Why does it keep? You see?
Yeah.
Every time I scroll, it scrolls back up. The first non-permanent settlers were John Baptiste Point du Sable and his
Lakeshore
wife.
Drive.
And his
Made up name. Go on.
made up guy.
Is that your conspiracy? You believe it?
Sorry. Go on.
It's
What
a
else you got?
conspiracy.
Yeah.
And his wife Catherine in 1789 is actually when they settled here in Chicago, which is Chicago at the time, Chicago. And do you know what that means? There's a bunch of different
Something onions.
onion. You're right.
Well, right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
many
Kind
have
of
said
like, wow,
no. Many have said wild onion, but then there are people like, no. What it actually translate to?
Yeah.
What is it?
Let's
What
just move on.
what's the other one?
It's
I
so
just go
many
wild onion.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
easier.
It's so
Yeah.
many different things. Basically, it stunk here. Is what it was. It was swampy and it stunk.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
onion
mean,
was the
they
translation.
dumped dead
Kind of like
bodies in the
like being on the red line.
Chicago.
It's not onion that I'm smelling on the red line.
microcosm.
though.
Yeah,
It's
no.
It is not.
Body odor.
It's a mixture of everything.
Oh, boy.
It's like depending on
Yeah.
what time of day. It could be the 5 o'clock you're coming home. It could be
it could be the morning after that night. Everything that happened
Yeah.
the night
So
oh
you
my
guys
before.
get
goodness. Yeah, we get
You guys
it. We definitely
Welcome.
get it.
Welcome to Chicago.
Do you know what two famous people were? Here's a fun fact. Two famous people that were here even before John Baptiste Point du Sable came here.
Oh boy,
I don't know famous people that long ago.
you gotta think of Southwest suburbs.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at, I'm gonna give you a coin for
All
that.
right, go ahead.
Kanye?
Get it out of your system.
Kanye.
You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, the
Kanye.
funniest comment of the day.
What's good? That was
Oh,
good.
my
That was good.
You said 1791.
I need to steal her away from you
That was-
because she is amazing.
that was good. That
All
was,
right, go ahead, get it out of your system.
Jaquise Marquette.
This guy again.
Here we go again.
It's literally the same guy.
It hit me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
And Louis Joliet.
Okay.
So, for anyone that has not
don't worry. I'm
heard
gonna
the
play it back for him.
episode,
I'm gonna play it back for him.
Okay.
Don't even worry. I'm gonna clip that in for. If you
I
are
cannot
wondering why we
believe
laughing,
it's the same name.
this is deja vu. But I got it right this time.
It's deja vu all over again. It's so
I got it.
gosh.
That was good.
Oh my
That was a good callback.
Wow.
They came here in 1673, 100 plus years before the boy came.
Lakeshore Drive.
Lakeshore Drive came. They were just travelers and they didn't settle here. And if you know, they came from the east, right, and then kind of traveled. And they were working their way up towards back around Lake Michigan. They would kind of like hang around that area. So a nice little fun fact: the neighborhoods.
I didn't find that on a map.
Yeah.
I don't-
It's Michigan.
I don't
Lake
know.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Indiana.
I'm not going to let him give me directions to Galena anytime soon.
Galena.
Yeah.
Peru,
That's-
Michigan.
Caro. Yeah. You know, give me directions to Caro, Illinois.
Where the hell is that at?
Well, that's why I can't let you give me directions.
Yeah. I don't know where it is. Neighborhoods in this community area: the Gold Coast, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
River North, which we'll talk about. Magnificent Mall, again. Those specifically we'll talk about. Washington Square, Old Town, Streeterville, Sono. Do you know what Sono is?
South North.
Yeah,
Really?
south of North Avenue.
Wow.
N-
It's like Soho, but the opposite.
So no, that's, of course Chicago would come with
I don't think
Sono.
anyone calls it
There's
that.
a, so,
Don't-
there's
nobody
a
says it.
Sono
Nobody
in
says it.
New York.
Yeah, we were there.
Or NoHo?
Who cares?
Soho? Are you thinking of Soho?
You
There's
said-
a Soho.
you said there's
a
no holes in
NoHo.
a-
There's a
there's no-
north of it and a south of whatever ho is.
Wow, you are on one this episode.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
is
Rush
the
Street.
Sarah episode.
This is.
I
She
mean-
is winning right now.
I'm not even. Wasn't even a joke.
It
we went to it.
Okay, I get
That's
it.
where we
worked out.
ran into that guy
Yeah,
that
right.
does the Instagram.
That was
videos.
North Houston.
Yeah,
It wasn't-
NoHo. It's literally called
What?
NoHo.
And then the last one is Cabrini Green, which we'll talk about that because I bet you a lot of people didn't realize that was near North Side.
I did not realize that.
Yeah,
was near North
a lot
Side.
of people consider that West Side, but
Well,
right. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
All right. So I was wondering how we start out talking about the history here, and I feel like this is a good starting point. Talking about William B. Ogden.
I'd love to talk about William B. Ogden.
Yeah, so here's some fun facts on him. The B stands for Butler.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a fun fact.
That was
This is me shaking my head. Yeah, Dario doesn't know what fun fact means.
people are like, Jesus, this is the least fun I've been having.
Butler.
Brutal.
Butler.
Butler is fun to this guy.
William Butler Ogden moved to Chicago in
It'd be like William Barney.
Yeah, stop it.
That would be funny.
Yeah, he moved to Chicago in 1836. Was an investor in the Illinois and Michigan Canal, and then moved and worked on the railroads. ASMR.
Sorry.
Worked on the railroads. But we know him as the first mayor of Chicago. And do you know how long that term was?
8 years.
No.
9 years.
Do you know?
Oh gosh, I got lost along the way.
He served one single term for 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
right. So back, Chicago mayors used to serve 1 year terms.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, right? Every year you'd have to go
Yeah,
vote.
that's insane.
And then they were like, you know what? One is too narrow. Let's make it 2 year terms.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then finally they got around to doing 4
Yeah.
year terms.
And do you-
until the dailies. And
Yeah.
then it was like, we'll give them 50
Whatever
some
they
years.
wanna
Yeah,
have.
15
Right, yeah.
years,
Stay
yeah.
as long as you want.
Do you know who preceded him, though, which is a fun fact? Kinsey. Which was not a mayor. He was the president of operations, in the Chicago area.
Yep.
But-
Chicago's first
COO.
murderer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Really?
Well, we can't talk about it right now, but yes, it's true.
Yeah. Which-
Killed somebody that got covered up, Chicago
wow.
style, even back in the day.
Yeah,
Wow.
and funny part about that is that was not Chicago. Back then it wasn't. Chicago was not incorporated at that point.
So he got away with
So
it.
he got away with it. It was just Chicago. Actually, was just a town instead of a city. Did you know Chicago was a town became a town in 1833? It became a city in 1837. Boom. That's 1 point for me. 1 point for me.
Sad, the drinks.
Let
That's
him
what
have
it
it.
is.
Let him have
Yeah,
it.
I'll have
Let
it.
him
I'll
have
take
that
it.
one.
Here's the thing. Here's why.
He's going to tell you that there are 4 stars on the Chicago flag soon.
I'm going to tell you that each point has a star, has a meaning. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that.
Nice.
Here's why I started with Ogden. Right, he is the reason why we pretty much have a booming lakefront. Right, he kind of started the waterfront and kind of said, hey, look, let's make something out of Chicago, because he saw his family came. His family was here, right? He's a New Yorker, right? He's a New Yorker. He came from New York, and all the land his family had, he was like, well, wait a minute, this is pretty good land. And he saw that real estate was starting to boom around the area. So he said, hey, why don't we make something of this, right? And wanted to basically industrialize the area and
So you made Michigan Avenue?
Nope. But we'll get to that point. So I'm going to flow. I'm going to flow with that. Yeah. So he made.
Go on,
Michigan
Terry.
Avenue.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry
it's,
she interrupted.
it's okay.
Go on.
It's okay.
Please.
So what he did. So what he did was he took the lakefront, right? He took the lakefront and made it big. And what he did create was a canal around the bend of the north part of the Chicago River. And you know what came from that? Goose Island.
Oh.
Yeah, Goose Island. It was a product of what he did, because he wanted to industrialize and make use of the water and the land right there. And so Goose Island came. And do you know why it's called Goose Island?
Because there's a lot of geese, and it was the shape of an island.
You are not wrong.
You know what? That's not bad.
You know-
That's
I feel
not
like the
bad.
straightforward
It's a
names
shot in the dark,
are
but
Yeah,
near
it's-
North Side, Goose Island. Straightforward names. I like it.
Do
we
you
need
know-
to let Dario have a sip of his Sazerac.
Yeah, let me get that. Well, I thought y'all were going to keep on
Do
talking.
you
No,
know
he's
why
getting
it's
some
called,
crazy-
Do you know why it's called Goose Island?
Cottonmouth.
No, I'm
You
drinking.
know what? I don't.
Here,
No.
I don't know.
Let me take there. What is going on? Normally Sarah has the mic stand that you
Wow,
have.
first
I'm
of
cutting
all.
you off.
Yeah,
I'm cutting him
I
off.
didn't even have anything.
I'd like another drink.
You're the only one that's saying here. Here's why they call it Goose Island, because when real estate and industry kind of did the uplift that they both were on the rise for. A lot of Irish folks around the time moved in. They were the workers that worked in these industrial parts of the near north side at the time, right? So Irish people moved in there. But they had a lot of geese, and they kept a lot of geese personally.
Oh, like as animals.
Yeah,
okay.
Animal for whatever reason.
For goose meat.
Yeah, and so that's why they called it Goose Island.
And it's an island, so you're absolutely right.
So you are actually right. Yeah.
You just missed the word Irish 7 times.
You did.
like Dario said.
Yeah. Now, do you know this though? Did you know this? Speaking of Mayor Daley. Mayor Daley made this the first protected industrial park in the city.
Which Mayor Daley?
The second, M.
Okay.
Yeah, M. He made it he made it.
Made it?
Yeah. No, he didn't make
Made?
it. He designated it, I
All
guess.
right.
You know,
I like mated.
Yeah.
He mated that.
He made it.
made it.
He made it.
Another Sazerac?
Another Sazerac for you.
I like Sazerac.
Well, we continue down near North Side and kind of talk about the history. The Chicago Fire, right? Chicago Fire, we know that, 1871. It destroyed a lot of things, but what it didn't destroy was the land in the area. So, again, this was prime real estate, so to say. And a lot of people, after the Chicago Fire, they moved and said, hey, we're rebuilding like everybody else in the city was. They rebuilt. But Prairie Avenue, we talked about Prairie Avenue, and if you all remember, Prairie Avenue was once the place for the affluent Chicagoans, right? You know, you had, probably the biggest name was Pullman. You know, he was one of the.
I mean, Marshall Field might have a little issue with that.
Yeah, they were both.
You want to go Pullman Field? I will go Pullman Field all day.
They were boys though.
Were they?
Yeah, they were. Pullman didn't like the house across the street. What is that house? It's
Across the street from what?
Him. He lived where he lived. He said the house was by the Clark House. What's the house by the Clark House? God, I'm going. This is horrible. It's still in that area. Yeah. But
I'm drawing a complete blank.
Me too.
I know exactly. I can picture it.
Yes.
So why didn't he like it?
Because he thought it was ugly. He thought it was
He
ugly.
just bought it. He had the money.
Right. Buy it, level it, make
Yeah.
it a side lot.
Well,
for your kids.
Well, this is what he did do. This is what he did do.
Dario's got the scoop.
I do got the scoop. So they moved all those affluent people from Prairie Avenue, moved from that area and moved to the lakefront when they said, hey, we got to rebuild the city anyway. Might as well.
Where
let's
was
just
the
move in there.
lakefront at this point that you're talking about?
Not where it is today.
It was
it was further inland.
Yeah.
It was further in. So, which I was going to get to it, but we can talk about it now. It makes sense now. We'll come back to it, right? We'll come back to it. But yes, it was further inland.
By the
right?
way, there are 15 things we're going to come back to in case you're keeping count. Yeah.
It's like the biggest community area after, Westtown? Is Westtown bigger?
No. We're Lincoln, Lakeview.
Is West Loop bigger?
No.
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 Sorry. It all comes back to West Loop.
Yeah. But when those
Baby.
Tops.
when those people moved, right? When they moved to the lakefront, you know what they created? They created the Gold Coast. That is how the Gold Coast came, right? The Gold Coast came, and that's where now a lot of people know it
I feel
today.
like a lot of people that are not from Chicago live in the Gold Coast.
Yeah. So, fun fact about
And the West Loop. And River North.
He throws fun fact around a lot. Let's get ready for it.
I do. Here's a fun fact brought to you by
All
the
right.
the CMAP, Chicago Municipality and Area Planning Map.
What?
Yeah, you know, boom, boom. Here we go. 1.6 is the amount of people per household in the near north side.
That's very little.
34 is the average age of the people that live in the near north side. So point being is that there's a lot of single people out here.
Yeah.
there's
tryna-
a lot of single people out in this area. So yes, this is where people come, to kind of like, we Chicagoans know this is where people come. If this is your first time into the city, young,
That's
you think
where
it's
you
cool,
wanna live.
you come here,
Yeah.
and then you realize,
And then you realize, oh shit, there's cooler stuff outside of.
you
this
realize
whole
like 6
circle.
months in, but you signed that 1 year lease.
And
You're stuck.
you live in a one bedroom and you pay like $3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. You realize there's more to it.
Yeah.
Which
if you're listening to this right now and that's you,
sorry, no, not sorry. Shame on you.
you're an idiot.
Buy an L card and
You're
look
an
around the
idiot.
city. Or listen to 77 Flavors.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can learn
We'll
about
let
all.
you know.
You can learn about all the exciting stuff. I'm going to jump right in to tell you.
Please jump in.
So just south of North Avenue. So I talk about in one of my podcast episodes, I think October of 2020, Ghoulish Chicago. I talked about Lincoln Park and how it used to be the city cemetery.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So,
which there are still some cemeteries that you can see.
Well, right. So
yeah.
a lot of the bodies, they realized at one point, like, oh, the cemetery is so close to the city. Bodies hadn't been buried very well, and they decided to move them to cemeteries like Rose Hill and Graceland Cemetery. But because of the Chicago fire, there were a lot of graves that did not get moved properly. So historians estimate there are between 10 and 12,000 bodies still buried in Lincoln Park, in the cemetery area. So the zoo, all that stuff, bodies.
Yeah.
I wonder if the
we talked about
families
that.
know.
Well, that's so long ago.
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
Yeah. But south of North Avenue was the... you know what? It comes back to you and Sono. South of North Avenue was the Catholic cemetery. So the Catholic cemetery, again, was pulled up. A lot of people were moved, but a lot of people were not. The Archdiocese bought space there. The Palmer family had their mansion there. But a lot of bodies did not get pulled up. And even as recently as the 1980s, they were digging up old land to build new houses, and it was like, oops, here's bodies.
We actually talked about that in the Lincoln Park episode.
But how, you can't even identify it.
You could. Man, if we could identify dinosaurs and shit like that.
Yeah, but like, are you
those
as a
don't
city
exist
going?
like birds? Come on,
conspiracy,
right?
These are not real dead bodies.
Birds are not real.
These are not real.
Yes. So hate to repeat anything your listeners
No.
may have heard before,
This is good.
but
They don't
this is
listen
all part of Near North. So one of the recent episodes I did was about an area called the Sands, which was the most, crazy debauchery, like killings and all the worst stuff in the world happened just on the north side of the river. And going back to William B. Ogden, at one point, just crazy. Shanties and prostitutes and, sex workers. And, all the craziness that was going on. And William B. Ogden said, I'm going to buy land in this area, but the squatters would not leave. So he had to go to the mayor at the time and say, hey, I need some help. So the mayor actually put together a horse racing event to get all the degenerate gamblers to go to the horse racing event. And then they basically went in and pulled all the shacks down so that they had nowhere to come back to. Yes.
Wow.
It was called The Sands, and the episode is called Hair Trigger Block. If you want to listen, Chicago History Podcast.
Plug it.
Yeah. Hair Trigger Block, debauchery and murder in Chicago. I just did it a couple weeks ago. Fascinating to me. By the way, the basis of where all of the debauchery was going on in Chicago is about where that tall building is with a guy's name on it. It's got 5 letters. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
Drake?
I think the name.
No, not Drake. It begins with a T. Anyway, I don't remember. He might have been a president at one point. The point is, this is a nutty area.
I feel
it's
like
had
that's
a lot
fitting
of.
that building was right there.
Thank you. A lot of crazy history.
So to your point about the Sands,
I wasn't really making a point.
Yeah, no, but you did. You did.
Arbitrary.
Yeah. So we keep on moving along the coastline right there. Along the shoreline of Chicago here.
Yeah.
Streeterville. Is almost directly tied into what you're talking about here with the Sands and everything. Streeterville comes from basically a sailor, captain.
Sailor is generous.
Yeah, it's very generous.
A pirate?
He was basically a pirate.
Yeah, he's a guy with a boat.
Yeah, he's a guy with a boat, George Streeter.
Who doesn't have a boat?
So here's his story. Here's his story.
Me, I don't have a boat.
Yeah, I don't have a boat. Streeterville is derived from George Streeter, who had a steamboat in the area where Streeterville is now, and the squatters you were talking about, he saw, wait a minute, people are moving here, and this is good land. He said, well, shit, I am going to claim that I was here. I'm a squatter. This is my land. To the point, he said that this is not even Illinois. You can't kick me out. This is mine. And all because he wanted to own the land and be his own. He wanted to govern his own land. So he said that Streeterville, which is in Chicago and clearly in Illinois. He said, no, it's not. It went to court. They said, you're wrong. And they
get out of here.
Get out of here. They let it still be named Streeterville.
Yeah, he claimed it as sovereign land.
Yes.
Wow.
And basically said, like, this is my domain.
This is mine.
White people, I tell
And
you.
it was, I mean,
they've just been discovering land since the beginning of
we white people like to argue crazy
discover
stuff.
things.
We like to discover things and argue crazy things.
Which is crazy because, like, you know, the fact that they even, I bet you at the time they were like, do we have to go to goddamn court over this? Like, this is Chicago.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Is he a British pirate?
He was from Plainfield, Illinois.
Joliet, Louis Joliet.
Dragged.
I don't know a lot of people from Plainfield, Illinois, but this sounds like Dario.
And if you are listening, Plainfield, Illinois, I cannot back you up on this. This would be some shit y'all would do, knowing y'all for all those years. 1920, the Michigan Avenue Bridge was formed, was built, and what that did
formed, like it was made of clay.
Somebody just sitting
like a
there
scene
molding.
out of Ghost.
Somebody just sitting
Patrick
there.
Swayze. Patrick Swayze is reaching past Demi Moore, forming. Go on, sorry.
So it was formed. No, it was built. But now what that did was it actually gave people more reason to build around that land. So you had shops, everything you see now. That was the start of it right there, like for Michigan Avenue.
I didn't realize that at some point you couldn't just cross the bridge.
Right. It made no sense. Like you just couldn't.
What did you do? Like,
well, I mean, there weren't nice bridges. They were,
rickety,
small and rickety.
Yeah.
But you know, you had to get. Yeah, I mean, you had to find a way across.
Think about it. It was the 20s, so it wasn't. 1950s is when the Mag Mile was started. Now, here's the thing. Good and a lot of bad, because what it did was it was started, obviously, you know, the people are booming there and more on, now that you got access to it, let's pull more shops, and it made it more, you won't hear it in post.
No, go on. I'm sorry.
It was.
It sounds like people are throwing dishes.
Yeah, right.
At each other
like
here.
we can hear everything live, but like when it's done, you can't hear it. But but a lot of shops and everything you know right now, it started building. That's where Mag Mile came from.
in the 50s, you said?
Yes, in the 50s. But it was part of Chicago's urban renewal, which, long story short, pushed out people or encompassed what I mentioned earlier, Cabrini Green, which is not a neighborhood, but it was a neighborhood way back in 1942 all the way to 2011 when the last building was deconstructed. So what happened was they knew that this was a booming land, right? And it just kept spreading beyond Michigan Avenue, right? And again, keep in mind now, this is still in near north. Cabrini Green was in near north, technically. And they started building around it, houses and homes around it that were good homes. And Cabrini Green was a project housing, was meant to be for good, right? It was meant to be for good. We all know here in Chicago, it was not. It was what we consider the projects, right?
Sure.
Probably one of the most prominent projects here in Chicago. So what they did was, in this part, I don't want to say this, but Mayor Daley commissioned the deconstruction, the demolishment of some of the buildings right when they knew the Michigan Avenue and the near north side was actually starting to boom. He demolished. I don't want to say it because I want to speak bad. Like, I don't want to do that. But like,
tell the true
it is what it is.
history,
He shut it down, right? The city shut that down, right? And that's how the Cabrini Green apartments got shut down. Now, that was supposed to be replaced, and they were supposed to take the displaced people and move them out somewhere. It didn't happen. We know that didn't happen. It's still something that is, if you are here in Chicago, you know that they owe us. Like you owe us and a lot of people that you displaced. 2011 was the last building demolished, and that's only yesteryear. That's 11 years ago from the time of this podcast. That is not too far off from when they demolished They sent these people packing, basically. You know what I mean? Which is a sad thing about Cabrini Green because it almost got a bad rep.
But did they replace the high rises with mixed use affordable housing, or did they put a Target there?
So yeah, combination of both.
I mean,
it was a combination of both. They did put mixed use there, right? But who could afford the mixed use?
Well, and based on the numbers of people that were in Cabrini Green compared to what they replaced it with, it's like
it was a horrible give take. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those
Target.
But
is that the Gothic Target? That's
no. Gothic Target is by the zero.
By Primark. Everybody knows that. Yeah, it's by Primark.
By 00. But that is by Primark. Now we can't look at Primark.
Back to, I got to buy T-shirts now.
Yeah, we're gonna look at Primark like damn it.
10 T-shirts for $5.
Yeah, they are good. That is
are they? They're like sweatshop T-shirts.
That's a European company.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
Even the young kids in sweatshops would be like, "This is crap.
This is
I'm not gonna.
I can't condone
don't buy this.
No, I can't condone it.
I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah, no.
Personally, I wouldn't wear it.
So that's a little bit about Cabrini Green. Don't want to end on that note.
Yeah, thanks for bringing us down.
Yeah. No, don't want to end.
Geez.
I will bring it. I will bring it back up. You got something?
That's what she said.
No.
That's it. I will bring it back. That's what she said. That's good.
I was like, it's the light bulb. Right?
Yeah, it's light blue. Yeah. Fun fact.
Again,
I know y'all love it.
You throw that around. You throw that around.
And
a little too loose.
Here's the thing. It's just
That's what she said.
So River North is one of the neighborhoods in here, and most Chicagoans don't go to River North. I don't. I don't.
Do you?
No, we don't. You want overpriced?
I'm 30 years too old for that.
Look, dude. I think the moment
and
you
I'm
do
only 35.
Of course.
So go on.
The moment you do it once in River North, you're too old.
Yeah.
Like, so you only need one experience to know I spend way too much money.
Way too much.
Anyway, but here's the thing. So they have this. I didn't know this. There's Little Sicily, which was kind of like coined down there. And I did some research on what is Little Sicily in River North, right? And it was the home to the first Italian Roman church here in Chicago.
What?
Yes. Yep. It was. Yeah, my bad.
It seemed like it got louder.
It did. Yeah. Well, my coins are louder.
Okay. They're more valuable than our coins.
Yes.
Than Sarah's coins.
I don't ever get coins.
How dare you?
do
I
get
get
coins.
like a coin every 4
You
episodes.
should get coins all the time.
I agree.
You
I
get.
agree.
You got a coin this
I'm the
episode.
comic relief of
Your
this
man don't
episode.
treat you right.
This is the whole lot.
I get bras a lot. I get the bang noise.
Oh, but never coins?
I got that a few times.
Dario.
I mean, you could tell who controls the board.
you know
It's
what?
meaningless
No.
now. It
Yeah,
doesn't even
no.
matter.
She
It's like
got
buying me flowers after I've asked you to buy me flowers.
right.
It's irrelevant.
Y'all not gonna do this to me.
No, it's
irrelevant.
worse. It's like you say you should buy me flowers, and he goes, "Can I borrow $20 to buy you flowers?"
He goes
It's even
here
worse.
and
Yeah.
then clicks it.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with
Yeah,
that?
and then he asks you to go pick him up. Like, wait a minute.
This is preposterous.
terrible.
He does like jewel pickup, and then I
Yeah.
have to go and give
Right.
them my
He's
card
like, "What?
number.
I
Yeah.
buy you flowers with your money, but you got to go pick them up." That's with yours.
It's under the name Dario.
Sorry. Yeah.
Make it personal.
Yeah.
Anyway, the name of that church was Assumption. Now, here's the thing with that. It had a mandate that all the Italians from Lake Michigan all the way to the Mississippi River had to go to that church.
Had to go to that?
Yeah, it was a mandate. It was a mandate.
Who was enforcing the mandate? God? I don't.
The Italian Romans. They were.
Classic
they were
Italians.
You know? But in true
Enforcing
Chicago
things.
fashion, we were like,
No.
no. So what do we start doing? Start building more churches.
Yeah, I'd be like, here, church across the street, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's literally what they
Wow.
Yeah, that would be
Saucy.
the energy that I would bring.
Wow.
did. That's literally what they did. They
There you
built
go.
other parishes, and
Some energy.
that's how we do it,
I would
Tommy.
also
Wow.
film myself in the church and then send it to them.
You would do that. They had film like this. You would.
That's fine.
I'd like to get a copy of that, please.
Whatever you need to do.
Those are the fun facts that I have. That's
Wow.
the history
That was a
of.
lot of fun facts.
You know what? You crushed it.
I did.
Holy cow.
You know? No, I'm not gonna do it.
No, you get no more coins. Oh,
All right.
I
You
feel
get no
like-
more coins until
Yeah.
Sarah gets coins.
Thank you.
She
You know
Sarah
what?
gets coins. What do you think?
Let's go back and listen to every single episode. That's your task
Yeah.
for this week. Listen to every single episode and find all the
Yeah.
coins that I've ever gotten.
I want you to put together a tally sheet of times you gave yourself coins
You know-
or
Yeah.
guest coins
Here's
and then
the-
Sarah coins.
Y'all,
Honestly, it's sad.
I didn't give myself coins for like the first 50 episodes.
That is not
They're
true.
so going to break up tonight.
Over a coin.
Oh my gosh. I feel bad that I
Over
was here.
imaginary coins.
Unpack
I feel
all
so
these.
bad. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we're gonna go to break and then we're gonna talk about some food. We're gonna
Hey.
we can talk about food. Let's get ready. Thank you for listening to the episode, the throwback episode near Northside. It was fun. Tommy Henry is an absolute wild boy. We had so much fun with him, as we always do. That wasn't the first time that we had him on the episode. I think I might have said that it was, but nonetheless, thank you for listening. We will be back Monday, both of us, for a new episode. So stay tuned there. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Keep on listening to 77 Flavors of Chicago. We will talk to you again. Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope you loved it.
And if you could please follow us on social media at 77 Flavors Shy on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter.
If you have any ideas or deep dives that you'd love us to do, please contact us at media@77flavorsshy. That's the number 77 flavors and shy for Chicago.com.
If you like visuals, please subscribe and follow and watch us on our YouTube channel at the same thing, 77 Flavors Shy, or search 77 Flavors of Chicago.
If you would like to support us monetarily, go ahead and click that Buzzsprout link in the description of this episode.
And as always, we gonna see you next week. Peace.